Oh my goodness. Are you seeing this right now? This is all Bondo. You've got to be kidding me. Who does that? Today I'm out in the paint booth. I have the hood, fenders, and the doors suspended from the ceiling, and I thought we're pretty well ready for paint. I came in to do some final touch-up, a little bit of sanding, wipe down, and came over to this door and looked at some body work that had been done to this panel before I bought it. This came from a donor vehicle, and this corner had some body filler on it already. I did a little bit of an addition to it, but I noticed that it was developing a crack right through here. So I started sanding it down to see what was going on, and lo and behold, would you look at that, they've Bondoed over the top of a hole in the sheet metal. I mean, you can't fix that with Bondo. It won't hold. It'll always crack and cause problems. So lesson to self, don't trust other people's body work, which sounds really unfortunate since I'm not a body guy. To everybody, don't fill over holes. You gotta weld those shut. That'll make a mess. That spot has body filler right inside of a metal hole. So I gotta get all the body filler out and then build some replacement for it out of steel. I'm gonna see if I can just sand it out of there. Wow, that's awful. Somebody has clearly broken at least 2 rules here. You don't Bondo into a hole like that, number 1, and you never Bondo over rust. It just won't work. Boy, I can see all the rust coming off deep down inside. I'm glad I caught that. That would have been our first failure point on the bodywork, I'm quite sure. Wow, that's a lot of Bondo. What I'm trying to do is find the edge so I can get it all cut out. I think I'm going to have to cut this out square and weld in a new piece. Sheesh. Body filler has its place. That is not one of them. Okay. I think we found the end of it. That is an excessive amount of Bondo. Wow. And it had Bondo all the way around here, but this is in pretty good shape. Interestingly, it looks good on the underside of the seam, but we're going to need to take something like that. Yeah, this is really not what I expected to be doing today. I'm dressed in paint clothes. Change of plans. I can see Bondo all the way down through there. The Bondo dust flies everywhere. Oh my goodness. Are you seeing this right now? This is all Bondo. You've got to be kidding me. Who does that? There's our original piece. Wow. Now mind you, I've already sanded that down. That was a ½ inch thick. And seriously, I thought I was going to be out here priming these parts today. Silly me. Some of the other pieces need a little bit of attention, and I came out early thinking I could get that done. I got stopped dead cold in my tracks right there. Oh, I gotta cut a little deeper. There's a hole right there. No, the metal's good. I'm gonna fill that with weld. Ha! I'm going to fill that with weld. Good grief. Man, you know what? I don't know what I'm more sick about. Did that happen? Or that I almost painted over it? That I can work with. It does show just a little bit of surface rust right there. So I'm gonna hit that with one quick shot of Pour 15. Just, I don't know, because I think it helps. Whether it does or not, I don't know. But it makes me feel better about it. I tell you what, I got tired of waiting for the air compressor when I was running that dual action sander. So I came up with an idea to tether 2 of them together, which is really just this T right here. These are ball check valves that allow one direction flow from the compressor to the outline. This one also has a ball check allowing flow only this direction. So when I plug a second compressor right there, I get double the flow without the back pressure going into one compressor feeding another. That basically doubles my SCFM when I'm running heavy draw tools like a sander, and it also doubles my tank capacity. Well, that right there is a thing of beauty. It would be nice to round it just a little bit. Wow. I don't know that I've ever had one come out that quite that clean. The new piece is just slightly recessed beyond where I want it. Using this magnet, I'll pull it up just enough to be flush with the original surface, and then tack it on. Now that is nice. Well, that looks pretty grindable. I'm not happy about how I had to change plans this morning, but I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. It could have been much worse. God, it could have been way, way worse. Here's my little public service announcement to the world this morning. Say no to thick Bondo. Say no to Bondo over rust. That goes right in line with say no to drugs, say no to porn, say yes to life. I'm gonna put the headphones on and grind that down. I'll turn the volume down for you so it doesn't kill your ears. That's structurally sound. And you know what? Some people are capable of putting that on there, sanding it down, and being done. Evidently, I am not one of those people. I'm going to have to sand it down, then put some filler on it, then sand it down again, and then put some more filler on it and sand it down again. Well, you get the drill. I kind of like the idea of using just a little bit of that Por 15 seam sealant right here, because I don't like having body filler on an edge. And it's supposed to be crazy strong. I think I'm going to try that. Well, when I woke up this morning, I did not think I would spend the day digging Bondo out of a hole. So it sucks to get derailed, you know. But I'm feeling good because we caught this early. Imagine if we would have done the painting and everything over the top of that. Invariably, that would have ended poorly. Yeah, seriously, don't use the Bondo as a replacement for structural stuff. Bondo's cosmetic. And I know there's folks out there who'll say you just don't use Bondo, period. End of story. Let's be realistic. Most of us are not building show cars, and we need an effective way to shape things, to get things flat, nice, smooth, flat surfaces. But you know what? I got nobody to blame but myself. This had a layer of Bondo on it that was obviously crap. I mean, it was obviously junk. And I took it at face value, and instead of removing it and redoing it, I sanded it down, added to it, and then just finished it up. My mistake. Never again. I am a fan of this stuff, though. If it sticks to my fingers as much as it does, that's a testament that it's going to stick to other things as well. They actually claim that it is as strong as a weld in some cases. I don't know what those cases are. And admittedly, I've not tried sanding this before, so that part will be a first. Completely derailed, but we ended up in a good spot, I guess. Can't complain, really. That's quite a change. Look, I'm happy with where we are. I'm a little disappointed that I'm behind where I wanted to be, but at least we ended up with good solid structure. We'll call that a win.